Good afternoon, my name is Abul Khair Fanwar. I'm student with number 170127788, and this is my project for C#. Let's start from presentation. Right now I want to briefly talk about the game I made. It's a just simple game, tic-tac-toe. It comes from American English, Notes, and crosses British English or X and OS. It's a paper and pencil game for two players, X and Zero, who take turns making the spaces in 3x3 dimension. And the player who succeeds in placing 3 of their marks in the horizontal, vertical, or diagonal rows is the winner. Let's start from the body. I created with namespace, and then I open a public parser class form. Actually, I just used a special Visual Studio attachment, what is created to the form itself. And after this, I set up the requirement for buttons. And after this, in the form itself, I start initiate components with the current height and width of the form itself, and then the label. But label 1 I created manually because I did have some troubles with this, and after this I set up the loops for filling up the buttons with the size and the condition of it. That's the result. What we have is the form itself is created manually with buttons and label, but these 6 buttons with empty fields is created by code itself. This is a private void for setup buttons. This is 2 loops with the design and some of the conditions, because it's checking the space itself while we have a 9 pixels width and 700 height, and here we set up a special space by adding the IG criteria. Also, it's controlling by IG buttons. Next is we declarating the font and size for X and 0, what is gonna be next, and also set up condition of text empty, just in case it can't be something inside. Next one is a button click function. Is also private void function with the switch players in case of 1 or 0. And I did it through the this is a switch with the checking the case of 1 and 0 to make a turn for players. And in label 1 we can see that the text is changing depending on whose turn is. And also I add the function to enable overriding the also already filled up buttons. If it's X, if I put on push button on X, I cannot override it with 0. And also check win function inside the private void button click, in case if we find out that someone is winning right now. Here's the condition of these buttons. We're checking each dimension separately, and every time we push the button next time, it's set up that every push is checking whether you won or whether this game continues. It's just simply if-else function with a return just in case if you override the criteria when you have a different positions of 2 possible winnings, and it's not show the window 2 times. The last function is the restart button, what I also add manually and connected with the function void. It's just checking if whether I push this button, the all field will become null with the 2 loops function. And we also enable true, where we can start a new game and pushing another buttons with X or 0.